Hello everybody, the Water Magister here. I know I've kind of been slacking on my videos. It's been, I'd say, like a month already since I've posted a video for you guys. A lot has happened throughout this month. I've been dealing with a lot of emotions within myself that I still am in the process of healing. And such is the work as pursuing your spiritual life and going down that path that you chose. It's not all love and gumdrops and all of that. It's things come up that make you feel, and you get to feel all of that, because if you want to know more about who you are, you have to clear out all these emotions, all this baggage that you're holding on to, so that you can move forward. So today's topic, I'm basically going to go over what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is the start of day 1 of a water fast challenge. I started a group that people who are a part of it are going to be doing a 5-day water fast, and if it's your first water fast ever, I would only recommend doing 3 days. In the group you can find all the information of what to kind of expect, but in this video I'm going to go over some of the things that I've experienced in my own water fast last year, which was my first water fast, and I did it for 5 days. And I know I'm thin anyways, so it affected me physically. So I'm just going to go over some of those things. So let's see. Let's start from the beginning, from when I first started the water fast. You want to have a diet before you start the water fast, like the day of only raw foods, possibly smoothies, and stick to those raw foods for that day, and be very mindful of it. So the day of the first day of the fast, you might have a couple hunger pains, and whenever you feel that hunger come up, grab yourself some water. Make sure you're making the intentional structured water, like how I indicated in the group. If you don't know how to make your own intentional structured water, please send me a message so that I can support you with that. Because as you're doing this, it's very important to give that love and appreciation to the water, because when you're doing that, you're essentially giving that love and appreciation back to yourself. So whenever you get those hunger pains, fill the belly with water. So you essentially feel full, but just on the water. So day 1 will pass by, and it won't be too difficult. Day 2 will pass by, and you'll start to feel a little bit more hunger pains. You might start drinking more water, and that's good, because you're flushing out the system, you're flushing everything out. Make sure during these days you are meditating and not doing too much physical labor throughout the entire water fast. You want to keep the physical exercises at a minimum. You can do a couple sun salutations for yoga, just kind of get the body moving, and then just go back into meditation or very light activities. Don't stress yourself out over work. If you do work for whatever reason, keep the chatter in the mind very minimal, because you have to dedicate all of your energy towards yourself and towards that reflection. This whole time is for reflection of yourself, to be aware of the thoughts. And the reason why the water fast is such an amazing tool is what it does is it keeps you here in the moment. So instead of thinking about what you have to do in this or where you have to go, the hunger pains are created to put you in this moment, to make you aware. And what you're going to start to feel, their body's going to start to feel very light. You're going to start to feel like energy pulsating through the body. You're going to have a lot more clarity on things that it's going to allow you to essentially overcome different struggles that you've been having throughout the year. I am doing for myself once a year a water fast, a 5-day water fast, because it clears out the system, it boosts your immune system, clears out any toxins in the body. So day 2 passes by, and by the way, on day 2 we are doing a meeting at Young Circle in Hollywood. I'm hoping it won't rain. So for whatever reason, if it does rain, we will be doing a phone conference that the information is on the event page as well. And we'll go over different prana exercises, different meditations to use, any struggles that have come up in the past day and a half for that. And also, it's essential that you find a partner to do your daily checkups on. So specify a time, do a daily checkup, call the partner, say, hey, how's it going? Talk for about 10 to 30 minutes and just talk about your struggles, what's coming up for you, what type of pains are you feeling, so that you can kind of gauge off of each other if you want to keep going forward or if you want to conclude the fast. And I'll get into how to end the fast. So day 3 is going to come around. Day 3 will probably be your most difficult day. I'm saying it based on my experience. For me, it was my most difficult day. I cried, and a lot of emotions of anger came up within myself, like, why the fuck am I doing this? Oh, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? And you start getting into it with yourself. But understand that all of it's coming from love. Remember why you did this. Remember why you're doing this for yourself. And if you don't know why you're doing it for yourself, take a step back and ask yourself, why do you even want to do the water fast? For me, it allows me to have clarity of myself. It allows me to be very present with the things that are going on throughout my life, throughout my day. So day 3, you're probably going to start to taste metals in your mouth. It's not going to be very pleasant. Your breath is going to smell. Just make sure you brush your teeth 3 times a day. And be very mindful of that metally taste. The metally taste will eventually go away. It's basically the toxins escaping out the body. So all of maybe the copper, the silver, the gold, all the different things that we ingest from the byproducts of different things that we eat, all that stuff will start coming out. And if you conclude the fast of day 3, the way that you're going to conclude it is you're going to eat raw fruits or vegetables. Watermelon is good. I read people that they have soup. You can do that maybe like the 2nd or 3rd meal, but for the very first meal, I recommend either like a banana, watermelon, some type of sugar fruit to get the system back in place. Or if you don't want to have that, you can do vegetables too. Don't go directly into a smoothie. Do that for like the 3rd or 4th meal after your fast. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water still during this time. If for whatever reason you have any issues or complications, please seek medical assistance. Okay? I am not responsible for anything that is going to happen to you during this time. I am only here as an anchor to support you with what you're going through. I can only say what has happened in my own experience. I am not a skilled professional for this. So do it at your own risk. But know that I went through it and I'm fine. I'm completely healthy from it. And when I first went into it, I weighed 112 pounds. I don't weigh that much. But I do a lot of yoga and I'm very, I'm not going to get into it. So I weighed 112 pounds. And then after the fast, I was at 103 pounds. And then immediately, within 2-3 days, I got all that weight back. So don't be concerned too much about the weight that you're losing. I would also recommend that you do not weigh yourself, because you're going to start being worried and you're going to start creating fear in yourself. You don't want to be fearful. You're going into this with love, with appreciation for the body, with thankfulness for the body. And the body is going to reciprocate that to you. It's going to say, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to actually appreciate me for the being that I'm supporting your soul with. So be mindful of that, of where your thoughts are when you're weighing yourself, if you do want to weigh yourself. So day 4 is going to come around. Day 4 will be, for me, it was more painful, not painful, but more strenuous than day 3. I started tasting the metal taste a lot more, but I just kept filling my body with the intentional structured water. And possibly at day 4, what's going to start to happen, and this is going to go on into day 5, you're going to start to just, the only thing that you're able to think of is food. Oh man, when I finish this fast, I'm going to have a giant steak, I'm going to have a giant burger, I'm going to create this, I want this, oh, I'm going to eat that, oh, it's going to be so delicious. You're going to start going into that, and it's fine. Express yourself that way. If you have to, express yourself, because these are all emotions that are coming up. These are all things that get to be healed within yourself. And you might even just stay in that phase of just, oh, I'm going to eat this is going to be so delicious, oh, I'm going to treat myself so right, this is going to be good. And then day 5 is going to come around. For me, day 5, I cried again because of how strenuous it was, but I knew why I was doing it, and I stayed with it. And just check up on yourself. Call your friend. Call your partner. Say, hey, this is very difficult for me. I don't know what to do. I want to break it. And if you feel the calling to honestly break it, then do it. Break the fast. And go into those methods that I stated before. Eating fruits and vegetables, the very first meal. My very first meal when I ended at the 5-day, it was a banana dipped in honey and then bee pollen on it. And oh my god, it was really, really good. I've never tasted anything like that delicious before in my life. So when you finally have that first meal of yours, make it a fruit or vegetable that's your absolute favorite. Or, actually I might even play with mine. I'm going to make it something that's not my favorite, so I can have an appreciation for it when I finish my fast. What else? So be very mindful. Oh, what I did when I was in the fast, last year, I did a vow of silence during that whole time too, and I separated myself from technology. But this time I'm not going to do that, because I want to be present to anybody who has any questions, who wants to call me for any issues that come up, any question, like any emotions that are coming up that you want to address, and if you want to talk, any breath work exercises you want to do. So I'm not at liberty to do that this time. But I would recommend for you, if you truly want to, practice a vow of silence for 1 day throughout that fast. Just dedicate one day to a vow of silence and going within yourself, monitoring your thoughts, and see how difficult it is. For me, I only lasted until day 4, because I wanted to just express everything that I wanted to eat and put in my mouth. And oh, it was glorious. So let's see, a couple prana exercises, very simple. I'm going to give you 2. One of them was taught to me by Kevin Walton, who is also going to be part of the water fast. It's continuous breath, the continuous breath. So if for whatever reason you feel emotions coming up and you just want to cry and you want to keep crying, that's fine. Do that. Express it. It's very important to express your feelings. And if for whatever reason you're not able to express something, or you feel that something's there but you're not able to get it, what you do is you're going to sit upright, and you're going to inhale through the mouth and exhale out the mouth. So you're going to make a circle with the mouth. So it's going to be similar to this. So when you inhale, you're going to lean forward. Exhale, go back. And do that continuous. Do that for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then just have your eyes closed while you're doing it, and just be still. And see what comes up. See what you feel. You're going to feel maybe tingly sensations, very light. It's going to be a very beautiful feeling, especially during this fast. You're going to be very, very sensitive to different things. The next thing to do, if you feel that you're very tired, if the story of tiredness comes up, because you're going to have spurts of having a bunch of energy, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm so tired, I'm not able to move. You're going to come across that. If you come across the tiredness ones, do breath of fire. If you're not familiar with breath of fire, I'm going to show you what it is. So for breath of fire is you inhale and exhale out the nose only. But when you inhale, you take a deep inhale in. And when you exhale, every exhale, you're going to go like this. So you're exhaling out the nose, like repeatedly. But when you do that, you're sucking in on your belly, each exhale. So when you suck in on the belly, it's actually going to allow you to suck in energy, suck in air. Do that for about a minute or two, and then pause. Have the eyes closed. You're going to feel a rush of energy come through the body. Okay? Very important. Use those two tools. Another awesome experience that I had during my fast last year, if you're familiar with the term earthing, do it. What is earthing? Earthing is when you don't wear any shoes or socks. And wherever you go, if you're in a park or if you're walking, just be with your feet. Be very conscious of your step. Walk slow. Be very, very aware of where you're going and stepping. This is a very beautiful exercise during this whole entire time too. And I kind of want to share my story. I do want to share my story of how I learned that. And I learned that in the water fast. So in the fast, I would always wear my Birkenstocks. And if you know me, I only really wear sandals because I love them. They're just it's so freeing. So I would always wear my sandals. And during this water fast, day one, I walked in the morning. I woke up at sunrise, did a sunrise meditation, came back home, walked from my house to Young Circle, and then back. And then I noticed what was really interesting is I started getting blisters in my feet, and I've never gotten blisters in my feet. And I mean, I walk in my sandals all day, and never once have gotten blisters. And immediately when I saw the blister, what thought came to me was, take your sandals off tomorrow and just walk with your bare feet. And I was like, that's really interesting. So I did it for the next 5 days. I only walked barefoot from my house to Young Circle to do my meditations, and then back. And after the water fast, I put my sandals back on and I would just go about my day, and I didn't get blisters again. The blisters completely went away after I did that, and I listened to my body. That's why it's important to listen to your body. Your body is always communicating with you. It's always letting you know what to do with yourself or how to take care of yourself. So during this fast, listen to your body. Okay? I know sometimes it's difficult to understand what it means because you may have not experienced it. But during this fast, you are going to listen to that body, and it will communicate with you. All you have to do is just pay attention, be aware. So that's basically it. Very important to have your water, intentional water, every morning. Set an intention every morning when you do this fast. What is your intention for the day? What are you going to be doing the day? Okay? Set the intention in the water using the orb method that I taught in my previous videos. Envisioning that orb in the center of the mind, putting the intention, which is basically a thought form, in the orb. Moving that orb down the chest, through the arm, into the cup, and then seeing that orb of light merge with the water itself. And then you're drinking that energy, you're drinking that water, you're drinking that love that you gave to it. Okay? So that's all I wanted to go over. I love you all so much, and these beautiful reflections that I've had throughout the month and a half. Wow. If you ever want to do a session, I do free sessions for kind of facing your emotions, and I do Reiki sessions. I teach how to have an out-of-body experience. Each session I do is free for the first time, so that you can experience it. So if you're ever interested in any of them, please let me know. Or if you'd like to maybe do an energy exchange, we can do something like that too. So like in all my other videos, the light in me honors and acknowledges the light within you, and understand that as you grow into your own divinity and awareness, you're shining your light so that others can see that same thing and step out of their own darkness as well. And I love you. Thank you, and namaste.